given the roots of the furry family.
In Buffalo, New York, live a small community of people who believe that in some way they are an animal. They live together, hang out together, and have formed close relationships with each other. Caleb, Stephen, and Timothy have fully immersed themselves within this community, and their relationship together is not conventional.
When I first met these guys, me and Shroud really hit it off, and we had a connection, and we were never limited in that connection because you were so graceful and just everybody being together. And then we kind of ended up realizing that all three of us is what really made the environment, and when it was just me and him, it wasn't really, as fun to be around each other.
They are in an open, polyamorous relationship, meaning that they can have multiple partners, whilst also being together.
I've never really been the monogamous type. I've been in monogamous relationships before, but each and every one of them was destroyed by jealousy. Stupid, petty jealousy. And then I got into a relationship that was more open on my then boyfriend's side. He was very open, very, very polyamorous, and he pried it out of me. And the more and more he showed me it, the more and more I realized, like, oh, I don't have to be jealous, because there's nothing here to be jealous about.
It's something that works for us. It's not something that works for everybody. There's no way it ever will.
Exactly.
It's just something that solves the problem for us, and we've worked with it for years.
As far as how it developed between us, it's just obviously we shared similar viewpoints, similar spirituality, similar philosophies on life, and we just kind of meshed. And since we weren't limiting ourselves, since I wasn't saying Shroud's mine, you can't have him, it just kind of developed. Just like any other relationship. If anything, we think it's just a pile of people having sex. No, there's love, damn it. If sex happens, it happens, but there's love. We can be with other people, we have other relationships, we have other partners. It can get complex, it can be simple, it can be whatever.
But I guess what the idea behind our relationship especially is no matter what culture will say a relationship is or isn't, or how it should or shouldn't be, what's acceptable or what's not, we don't care. As long as we are happy with each other, that's all that matters.
We just do our own thing.
I see in the furry community, they boast about, having the polyamorous, but it really ends up being a lot more complicated than they think, and there's been a lot of hurt. I've seen Caleb in relationships and out of relationships, and I see them struggle with it, and there's a lot of drama to it because they're young people, but I don't say anything because they believe that this is okay. But I think they're going to find out on their own that things can become very, very complicated.
Wolf couple Ben and Kimberly live on a farm in West Sussex in England. They live with Ben's mum, Sue, who is only now discovering about the couple's animal side.
I mean, obviously this is all very new to me, but I mean, so when did you start having these feelings? As early as Kim, or later, or earlier?
Thinking about it, probably a little bit earlier, before Kim, but not really realising what it was at the time. I just kind of pushed it all back and forgot about it.
What did you think it was? I mean, what?
I had absolutely no idea. And your brain doesn't really kind of comprehend things like that. It just ignores it and kind of copes with it. But then when I was around Kim, she was doing much the same things. I thought, well, that must have been something.
Yeah.
And then those feelings start cropping up again. Then kind of becomes very evident that there's a reason for it, as opposed to, you're just going crazy.
If I had those feelings, you see, it wouldn't say to me that somebody else was driving me. What makes you think it is this inner spirit within you?
I can hear it, I can feel it, and I just know it's there. It's like,
do you see it?
It's faith.
Do you see it? Well, yeah. I mean, you talk about faith. I mean, I have faith, but I don't ever feel that I have somebody speaking to me. But you are convinced that it is a spirit, and a spirit within you, as opposed to just you having these feelings.
Well, it's exactly the same, just I don't voice it as much as everyone else does.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to understand it, sweet, that's all.
It's a very difficult thing to try and explain. You've just got to take it on good faith, really.
Yeah, I'm not saying you're a lie. I'm just trying to understand it, really. Or it's not an easy thing to understand, obviously.
It's weird though, because it's so normal for us now.
Well, yeah. Obviously, a lot of people would not think it were normal.
Oh yeah, but...
I'm not saying all of my friends, but a lot of my cattle friends would think that completely bizarre. And they wouldn't even look any further than, you know, that the pair of them would need help.
For many Therians and Otherkin, believing something that nobody else can see creates its own unique problems.
It's very annoying that other people can't see how I feel, not just on a Therian level, in general. I think and feel so differently from most people and they don't really understand it.
Finding the community, I think, was the first time I ever had friends who were like me, people who wanted to do the same things as me, people who wanted to communicate the same way as me, people who were just interested in the same facets of life.
It's not something that we choose, it's something that you're born with, essentially. You discover as you get older. It's something that you discover that it's a part of yourself.
I feel very different. I feel extremely different. I feel like I just don't belong with the crowd.
I don't know how to explain how I feel. I know I'm different, and I'm making no attempt to change it. I mean, a lot of people are different, but, you know, I just like who I am. You know, I can be proud of my identity rather than ashamed of it.